that on a good day can fly round trip 300 miles are now going to be asked to travel 700 miles or even 800 miles to reach the target area. And I'm not talking about necessarily penetrating the integrated air defenses in Iran, which this time I think will perform infinitely better than they did the last time, simply because the Russians and the Chinese have invested a great deal of expertise, time, and money in making them effective. So, yes, I think we're going to see a war, and the American people overwhelmingly, at least based on the polling data, are opposed to a war with Iran. Depending upon which poll you want to look at, it's 70%, 75%, almost 80% have said no. No more wars in the Middle East, period. No war anywhere as far as most Americans are concerned. But Americans do not control Congress. The Israel lobby does. And so when we talk about democracy, I think we ought to take a step back and look at the reality. It's not just the Israel lobby on this particular issue. Obviously, it's decisive. But many of the lobbies in Washington, D.C. spend a lot of money to sway votes in their favor. In the case of the Israel lobby, they say, well, we only spent $3+ million on lobbying. Well, that's true, but that doesn't include, basically over $100 million that is spent by the Zionist billionaires directly to get control of candidates. How do you do that? Well, you put money into their campaigns, into their political action committees, and you make it clear that if they don't vote the way you want them to, they'll support their opponents. Doesn't matter who the opponent is or what party he belongs to. In other words, do business as we tell you, and we'll get along just fine, and you'll get lots of money out of this, and we'll throw other good news in your direction. Because remember, these billionaires own most of the media. They're leaders in the financial community. They own Hollywood. That's not it. They probably control most of the legal profession. But the bottom line is they're in a position with the banks and the various corporations to put even more money in your pocket if you go along with them. So I'm afraid, at this point,